You know how exhausting of a day I've had, everybody? I'm drinking water instead of Pepsi.
Oh my goodness.
Sounds like it's Gar's birthday. Oh, wait, it is.
Oh, shit!
Well,
No, it isn't.
Yeah, it is.
Oh my god, it is!
Happy birthday, Gar!
How was it already this late
I
in the
know,
year?
right? That's what I was thinking.
Oh my god, oh my god.
I'm
And here
jealous.
I am without a party to throw!
I'm jealous Gar has a January birthday. I hate being a July baby.
Must suck being so close to Christmas,
I
said
turn
the June
a
boy.
different age halfway through the fucking year. I hate it.
I'm really genuinely...
Hey, you and me are lucky, Lane. We're as far away from Christmas as we can be.
I love Christmas.
No, I was
No,
not
I'm saying
playing
it's a good
along.
thing. It means our present opportunities are evenly paced.
Oh, I wouldn't care. I want double
I have
presents.
a whole document with a list of birthdays on
Yeah,
it.
but then you get that one person who's like, here's your birthday and Christmas present in one.
Yep. Anyways, Gar, if it's your birthday, would you like to do the honors?
Yeah.
Blow out the roll call
Schwat.
candles.
I said schwat. I'm kidding. Cue the roll call.
We are live!
Zenkaiger! Connect. Loading. Broadcast.
Tempered Zeal! Bluecaster, Super Ichi!
Loud and impulsive. Greycaster. Late.
Illuminating the Tokuverse. Goldcaster Garza.
A spark of courage, the power of dreams. Orange Caster, Global Soft Perka.
Broadcasting hundreds of opinions across the world!
Radio Sentai Castranger!
Welcome to Radio Sentai Castranger episode 373. Woo!
Jerry or Blaze, Pokemon. Oh wait, none of them are here. Blaze is not here because
It's Salamence.
he probably forgot it was Friday.
It's Salamence.
Yeah, because last week was Shelgon.
Well,
Yeah,
Shogun, so it's
Shelgon, Shelgon.
Wait. I'll be honest. When I first saw Salamence, I thought he was an evolution of Charizard.
I don't know how you could think that.
Salamence is my favorite dragon Pokemon.
It's pretty good.
I was like 8.
There's the crescent guy.
No, don't remind me of Mega Salamence. I was so excited to see what Mega Salamence was going to be, and it was that, and I was like, no.
It's just
Why
like,
don't
I'm
you fly?
Lunala now.
You always can fly.
Also, speaking of
Flying
Pokemon,
well.
the fucking Pokemon Arceus game is out today, so hooray to
It's
everyone who's playing it.
amazing. It is amazing.
I haven't played it yet, but I got my copy right here.
I have no plans to.
I need to ask, what do you want for your birthday, Gar? Because I feel like absolute trash for not realizing that it is almost February somehow. For some reason, my brain was like, oh, it's like the 10th of January.
I don't know. I'll have to think of it after the show.
Oh,
Stop
shout out to my boy
posting
Cleavor.
Cleavor!
No, I love Cleavor. Fuck you.
I hate it.
I love it. I love Cleavor. I love Worder.
So, anyways, we are 4 Salamence Cleabors.
We're 4 Cleavors. We get together every week.
No!
Talk about Rider, Sentai, and a third thing.
I am not Cleavor, I'm Sizzler!
We're for
A shiny
various
Scizor.
evolutions and/or derivatives of Cypher.
We're 4 Hisuian variants.
Not even shiny Scizor guards. The player 2 alternate color for Scizor and Pokemon tournament.
Right.
Which you only get if both players play Scizor. It's the most fucking deep cut Pokemon form of all time.
No, shiny Scizor is fucking Scyther green.
Yeah.
He hates it.
So,
Anyway, so this week we're talking about Revice episode 19, Zenkaiger episode 44, and our feature topic is the long-awaited Super Hero Senki movie.
yeah.
Yay! It was okay.
I know for a fact one of us hasn't watched Revice and one of us hasn't watched the movie.
You decide.
See if you can figure out who. Post in the comments.
It's simple. Whoever's not talking.
No one
during
let on.
Revice.
No one let on that they haven't watched whatever it is, and just like chime in with random seat filler comments every now
Oh
and
yeah, I
then.
love that thing where that guy did the thing.
Oh yeah, I remember. Oh fuck! It was like when we talked about Zio episode 2, and Ichi's explaining what's happening. I'm like, wait, he did? And halfway through it, he's like, "Did you not watch the episode?" I'm like, "Oh no, I'm boycotting this."
That's one of my favorite.
I
Gar
refuse
things.
to drink the
Gar-
soup.
Gar has the greatest way of expressing when he's like, "Oh yeah," like whenever Gar goes,
Oh,
I'm like, "That's incredible." You own it.
oh yeah. Huh.
Your birthday, you didn't have to watch Revice as your birthday present. I don't
No,
know.
You own
no.
absolute negligence. Also, you spoiled it, Emily.
Oh crap! Oh no! Oh,
But it's
God.
okay. I
Oh,
have.
no, that was
I-
you can cut that out. That was an accident. I'm
No,
sorry.
whatever.
I'm serious.
Yo, Charmon and Greydon.
They look
Yep.
great.
They do look great.
I would love Greymon as a Pokemon.
Wait a minute, Ichi. I'm confused.
Uh huh.
If it's what's the bumper for Senki?
Saber.
Is it Senkai? Oh, it's Saber.
Because we already used the Zenkaiger one. Might as well just use this the Saber one.
Yeah.
Why is it because his name's first?
Yes.
Okay, anyways, first and foremost, we're going into fucking news mode because we got something very big and very important to talk about.
All right.
There's gonna be a monster show on TV.
That fucking paint roller Splatoon ass Vice stamp that we saw the preview image of has been officially revealed, and it's not good.
It's
Berserk form.
it's fucking Vice Hazard 4.
Okay, let's take this one bit at a time.
Can I go first since I don't have the most to say about it?
Sure.
Yes.
Interesting concept, but I would have probably saved this for the final form. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm gonna go get some water.
Okay. So when we first saw the preview of this item, which is now called the rolling Vice stamp, obviously because of the paint splotches on it, we assumed this would be a power-up for Kamen Rider Evil. Apparently we were wrong, because this is a power-up used by Revice, and I mean Revice because the name of the form achieved with this is Kamen Rider Jack Revice. And
Jakku
from
Revice.
the image we see of the form, it looks to be as if Vice has betrayed Icky and taken control. I don't like where this is going.
No, exactly, because like now people are just like theorizing. It's like, wait, so was just like Vice has just been full of shit this whole time, and like
I genuinely think that would be a very silly direction for it to go.
Apparently, the translation of one of the lines in the toy is "Betrayal is a demon's specialty." So it seems like Vice is going to betray Iki, but I'm not willing to count out the possibility that there's some sort of reason, excuse, twist, or extenuating circumstance. Like maybe Vice has to commandeer Icky's body after he goes unconscious.
I need someone in the chat right now to take a screenshot from the opening, like that shot of Icky like in his suit, like in a suit and tie and looking all evil. I think that's when Vice fucking
This
takes
whole
control of him.
time, I've had no idea who that is. I thought it was Kagero at first.
No, it's Icky.
It's really hard to see his
Iki's
face
version.
because of the fire.
I'm pretty sure it's Icky.
Iki's version of Kagero.
But like he's
So I
doing the flick thing that Kagero does.
Maybe that's something demons who take over human bodies do. I don't know.
Yeah, like is that Icky? I can't really make his face
that's
out
Icky.
super well.
It's Icky.
I thought
That's
it was just some
definitely Icky.
completely different character that we haven't seen yet.
No, so maybe that's. Oh my god! If Vice takes over Icky's body and he dresses him up in a suit like this, and then he transforms into fucking Jakku Revice, that's going to be the most. That might actually become the best Henshin I've ever seen.
From
in my life.
what I've seen, I think it is Jack Revice, not Jakku,
Oh, okay.
because
I
like
think
he's
Jakku's
hijacking
cooler.
it.
Oh, I guess so. But anyways,
It might be both. It might be Jakku as a pun on jacking.
Well,
like,
from what I saw, I took the actual text that someone pulled off the the box, and it said Jakku, not Jakku with two A's.
oh, okay. So it's just
It's
It
Jack
might
Revice.
still be a pun on- it might still be a pun on Dark, though.
What's also interesting to note is technically this is the first actual Revice form.
Yeah, because it's just been separate writers.
They've been Revi and Vice up till now, and this is weird.
Okay. Everyone who's watched the show, like Castranger, I mean, who's listened to it, knows how much I love Build Hazard. Like, it's my favorite suit. It's my favorite Kamen Rider thing, period. And if they do exactly what they did with Build Hazard with this form, it's not going to take over, I don't think, but it'll be pretty fucking close to it.
We don't see the full suit quite yet, but we've seen a good chunk of it, and it looks pretty rad.
If it's an all-black suit, like with those like blue eyes and everything like that, it'll be fucking fantastic. I no matter what, I'm buying this fucking roller. Like, stamp.
I'm kind of tempted.
I want to get it.
I really like the way the mouth goes on the helmet.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's like a shot where you can scan the Rex stamp on it or something like that.
I think the Rex stamp like is a thing that it like hooks onto it on the top side. I don't know what the exact point of that is.
Power-ups for Revive, like I noticed that's what the power-ups for Revice do. Like for the Bari Rex, he like stamps Rex onto Bari Rex, and then he puts Bari Rex in.
Yeah, I don't quite know why that's been a thing, but whatever.
Well, I think it's because Rex is like the catalyst. Like,
Yeah, for Buried Rex, it makes sense because he was able to summon all the remixes depending on which stamps he put on top of it.
Because like the joke is it's the Rex stamp like laying the egg, the Buried Rex egg, and then the egg on thing, and then the egg timer volcano stamp goes on that. And
Buried Rex and Volcano Rex are still like my favorite rider forms ever.
It's George being fucking funny.
It's really cool. I really like them.
So
I'm sorry.
now I'm wondering, because like this roller stamp has to be made by George. So George is
not
up
necessarily.
To it might be, and if it
Could
is,
be.
George is really fucking up to something. I really want to know what the fuck he's doing.
He said as if that was news.
That fucking like conniving bastard. Like, what are you up to?
What are you planning?
Like, we'll get into it when we talk about episode 19.
Oh, there's
like,
a better shot of the helmet.
Yeah, like look at that.
Holy shit, it's pointy.
Wow, that is cool.
Like, I like that one half of the helmet is Revi and the other half of the helmet's Vice. Like, that's super good.
Cool. So anyways, regarding the toy itself, the rolling Vice stamp will be releasing on February 12th for 38.50 yen.
I will be buying it for sure.
And that's about it for news mode this week.
Yeah, and I cannot wait to see what this form is going to do. Like, I just hope it tears through everything like paper.
Berserk forms usually do.
I don't know why, but I thought you were going to say it just tears through everything like pie.
Yes.
I mean, Vice likes to eat.
That's fair, I guess.
All right, well, on to Revice.
Another really, really good episode, I gotta say.
I called it. Demons in the Belt.
Well, that was kind of obvious.
I know. But anyways, I have to mention this quickly. I've noticed that what Revice has been doing so well and so right with this show is that it's focusing on its characters the right way.
Yeah.
It's giving everyone a chance to like get growth and get focus and stuff. So this episode was a heavy Hiromi focused episode, and honestly, I was really happy about that.
I'm just glad that we're finally actually fucking dealing with Hiromi's fucking bullcrap.
And I love that Hiromi even tried to fucking, like, he had George up against a fucking wall trying to tell him, like, oh, what the bullshit. And we got the biggest interesting thing, which was pretty fucking obvious. The Demon's Driver was not made for Hiromi to use.
I mean, we knew that from the start. He kind of just bowled his way into taking it.
Well, actually, no. If you think about Wakabayashi, who was technically the chameleon dead man, kind of just looked over at George and said to him, give him the fucking belt.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So like,
it was never meant for Hiromi.
No.
I just thought that the advice that heroes can't save anyone when they're dead, so please rest was great, and then it turned out that was advice given to mess him over by a reverse spy.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, Daiji's line
from when he was training back then, that was probably the real Wakabayashi. I think the chameleon thing was like recent. Also,
no,
one thing,
episode 1.
one thing I wanted to mention about the opening being updated that I forgot to mention last week that really pissed me off. So in the previous version of the opening, like the shot where the dad like does the V to the camera is like synced up to the song perfectly. And since they changed the opening last week, it's not, and I'm unreasonably upset about this.
Oh, I didn't notice that, but I will next time, and it probably will fucking tick me off too.
Like, watch that scene where he does the V in both versions of the opening and listen to the song, and you'll know what I mean.
Grrr, how dare you. So yeah, so Hiromi's dying, basically, because he, like, you know, he still has, like, the physique of, like, however old he is, but
on the inside, he's very weak.
Yeah,
He's like 80-year-old.
Yeah, he's aged to 80.
He's basically Mr. Burns. He seems stable, but if you touch him, he goes down.
Indestructible, eh? Actually, no, you're dying very...
A gentle breeze could kill you.
Indestructible.
And what the thing in this episode that I'm most interested to hear more about is when Hideo was talking to George, and George is saying something about restoring the Demon's Driver to its original form. So yeah, combined with the fact that they were standing near the Gifu statue, combined with the fact that we now know that there is a demon in the Demon's Driver, what if Gifu's soul is in the driver?
Oh, yes.
Thinking is that so Gifu or...
So he captured a demon and built a belt around it.
It's basically a cage in the form of a driver. And that's why that's why the belt says deal, because it's a deal with the devil.
Also, you just gotta remember it's really cool that Kaiba voices that belt.
Oh, fuck yeah. And if I'm right, that means Kaiba voices our main villain.
You're a third-rate rider with a third-rate belt.
Fourth-rate. Fourth-rate belt.
Fourth-rate belt.
By the way, on the Yu-Gi-Oh tangent, I'm playing Master Duel now, and I have my deck up, and I'm 5-0 in ranked. Come at me.
Nice.
Also, we get Julio, or I'm actually going to call him Tamaki now, because that's what his name
you should.
Is. And
Do not dead name the former dead man.
Don't dead name the dead man. So he comes up to Sakura and he's just like, hey, I need you to talk to Aguilera for me. You saved my life, and I feel like you guys could save hers too.
She's a queen bee in a bottle. I wish you would rub her the right way.
So
yeah, and just like Iki and Vice wonder if it's possible for them to separate Aguilera from her demon.
I'm sure it's possible, but Aguilera clearly doesn't want it.
Do you know what's sad? I know the show's going to go this direction. Now that, like, Tamaki is, like, freed from his, like, dead man's, like, former life or whatever,
he's
like
going
that,
to end up dying.
He's gonna die because we're gonna love this character so much, and he's gonna fucking die.
No. I feel like if they were gonna do that, they would have done that right after he got separated, when Olteka was going in for the kill.
Oh no, man! They have to make us like him a bit more, really, like love him, and then scoop him up from underneath us. Yeah,
at least let him be Kamen Rider Julio for a bit before we complete the chase analogy.
I don't know. I feel like that he's probably going to end up sacrificing himself to save somebody.
I want Olteka to become like Kamen Rider Deadman's. That'd be fucking awesome.
That makes sense. Or another Spanish word. They could
also, I fucking hate Olteka.
Kamen Rider Ole.
But yeah,
that actually would work, and I'm so sad.
So Sakura goes to visit Aguilera, and Aguilera's not having any of her fucking bullshit.
They have a quick little fight, and Kamen Rider Jean kicks her fucking ass.
Yep. And then basically, Ichi, if you could press the you bitch button, please. You bitch!
There you go.
Thank you. You bitch! And yeah, Aguilera's just like, go fuck yourself. I'm dedicated to Lord Gift. And I'm like, after everything that happened to you, you're still fucking obsessed with this dude. Like, come on.
My question is, if the demon's driver was never meant to be Hiromi's, then whose was it meant to be? Was it meant to be George's?
That leads back to my theory that I talked about earlier about how George is working towards becoming his own rider. Maybe the belt was meant for him.
But then how did Hiromi get it?
Because Wakabayashi told him to give it to him.
Yeah, Chameleon just told George, like, give him the fucking belt.
But was it Chameleon at the time, or was it the original?
It was probably Chameleon.
No, because Chameleon killed Wakabayashi in episode 1 before they did like the reveal of Revice or whatever like that.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
when they were at Daiji's thing, he just
So
killed
yeah,
them and took over.
It was Chameleon then. That's interesting.
Maybe that was part of their plan.
Is
Yeah.
George too strong? Like, if you got a driver, would they just be absolutely?
I mean,
destroyed?
he designs the shit, so like he knows the limits of
He
everything.
feels pretty endgame villain.
I hope not.
Unfortunately, he kind of does.
Like it could end up in that direction where George could end up being like the final villain. I really hope not. I really hope he's just like he's one of those kind of people where like he's doing good but for the wrong way.
You
like,
know
for
what
the
I
wrong
think it
reason.
is? Let's remember that he's such a huge writer otaku. I think, and I'm sure I've mentioned this before, I think the point of everything that he's doing is that so he can create his own writer power, but not just so he can be the main villain. I think he wants to be the ultimate hero, and he's setting up Gift to be revived so that he, as a Kamen Rider, can defeat him and save the world.
So like
He's like Syndrome.
Yes.
So like Revice, freaking Evelyn Live, Demons, like they're all just like, hey, what's gonna work?
What's coming up? What's coming up?
No, because if you think about it, he has all these fucking riders, like, and he's watching them constantly. Like, if you watch every single fight that they do, he's watching on a monitor. So
like I said, he's collecting battle data.
He's collecting data, finding out which technique, which thing works from each rider, and he's just gonna take all those concepts from all those riders and make one ultimate fucking driver.
Using them as guinea pigs in
Exactly.
more ways than-
We
more
also
ways
still
than-
haven't addressed the fact that he's got riders in vats, as we see in the opening.
Because
Yeah,
like,
I don't know what's up with that?
because didn't Ryoma do the exact same thing with like to make the energy riders?
The
like
Sengoku drivers were all just betas for the purposes of data collection for the Genesis drivers. Yeah.
So George has been watching a bit too much Guy, maybe.
Yeah, he's taking a page from Ryoma and went, I can do this better.
Probably, honestly.
I was thinking, I like the idea of him trying to make it of ultimate villains so that he can be the ultimate hero against them.
If it
Right.
doesn't end with George getting smacked into a wall and then just taking his own life by falling off a building, he's done better than Ryoma.
It's like some
I'm
sort
just-
of Nagito versus Junko scenario.
I'm thinking, what if it's like, are you allowed to say spoilers for M. Night Shyamalan films?
Yeah, sure.
I don't care.
I wonder if it's instead like Unbreakable, in which he's trying to create an ultimate hero to face him, the ultimate villain.
Oh, what
Cool.
Glass did was so fucked up.
Yeah, basically with what Glass did.
Oh.
So
but
speaking
yeah,
of things that are fucked up, so Lane, how do you feel about Patron Sango being a dirty cop?
Yeah.
It wasn't actually her though.
No, but it's like heartbreaking, man. And I was
I'm
like,
sure Patron Sango felt the disturbance in the Force because of that. But
I just want like a screenshot of just Keiichiro just like screaming and just going like, no.
I love that scene because my brain just immediately went to Pro ZD. It's a good thing I always carry 2 guns.
Also, I just
I
like
was
there's
thinking Peter Parker screaming meme from. Yeah.
I did like her packing 2 fucking guns and then saying double spy. I was like, oh man.
That's what a true double agent.
This
also
sounds like a
carries double-
brand you've been working on.
But yeah, so we have Hiromi's like two buddies that he trained with in Phoenix School.
Yes, we have her, Chigusa, and then the other guy, Tatsuhiko.
Just old Tekka. Note to self: blow up Phoenix Elementary School.
No.
But yeah, so we have his other friend who's played by, of course, Sho, or Ultraman Victory from Ultraman Ginga S, and he was really fucking awesome in that.
And in here, he gets Ultraman defeated.
Well, I mean, Hiromi is not good. Like, so in the preview, we see that like Hiromi's going to do one last henshin into demons, which will probably be like the end of him. Or
I don't know. Maybe.
Or
Maybe.
his body
Well, okay,
was taken
'cause
over by what's his name.
apparently Old Tekka wants him for some fucking reason. I don't know why.
I think they just want to kill him to get their opposition out of the way, and they're starting with the most vulnerable target.
Well, apparently they want the Demon's Driver, so I guess you might be right that it might have Lord Gift's soul in it, because, like, Olteka seems to want that
Well,
belt.
we don't quite know if Olteka actually wants to revive Gift. Olteka just seems to be on his own agenda.
Hey, well, no, think of it this way. He gets that belt, he holds if Lord Gift's soul's in it, he holds Lord Gift's soul, and then he can, like, fuse it with himself and Lord Gift, and then he can become the ultimate life form and then take over the world like he wants.
Turn into Shadow the Hedgehog.
Sure.
Yeah, that's who Hiromi's friend is. He's Ultraman Victory. He's the Vegeta of Ultraman.
But yeah, we get into some interesting depth and as we learn about Hiromi. So while he was training at Phoenix Elementary with his two buddies,
We're just going in Phoenix Elementary.
yeah, apparently he sucked. He was the worst student of their whole group.
Wakabayashi saw something in him, and I was like,
so that was back when he was student fuck up.
He was cadet fuck up.
Cadet fuck up. There you go.
Went to cadet fuck up to probably captain fuck up to commodore fuck up, and now he's old man fuck up.
Old man fuck up.
Well, again, I just say that to be funny because it's the part of the joke. But I have massive respect for Hiromi. He's really cool.
I don't know how I feel about him anymore because we find out in this episode that his whole motivation for all of this is I want to be a hero. Like,
yeah,
there's no tragic backstory that we know of. There's no like actual genuine motivation. It's just I want to be a superhero, and that's all there is.
He's got Deku syndrome.
Yeah, that's why he went to that's why it's UA.
Yeah. But yeah, so like, and Hiromi's like trying to like push it off, be like, no, I'm fine, and everyone's just like, dude, no, you're not.
Fucking
Stop
no.
it. No. But yeah, I can totally see.
Yeah, does that mean Wakabayashi's All Might?
Yes.
You too can be a hero.
You could be a hero. Also, like, really hit me was when frickin' Chigusa was like gracias dead man. So I was like, no.
Okay, so they didn't show it explicitly, but I'm pretty sure she just killed herself and turned herself into a Giftarian, because like we don't see who did it, but she says gracias dead man and walks off screen, and suddenly there's a Giftarian. So I think she just killed herself.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean that kind of makes sense. Double agent.
Tatsuhiko's still there, and no one else was around.
Oh no!
She sacrificed her body to give birth to a Giftarian, maybe.
Yep.
God damn it!
Also, why are they called Giftarians?
Because they're the gifts. They're the gift from.
I don't know.
Dead man.
Because of Gifu, I'm an idiot.
Oh well, yeah.
Giftarians.
Yeah, I was thinking like gift, like with a T, but just because the Tarian, but no, it's Giftarian.
It's like Gift, that one Sentai robot.
Also, it was really hilarious that like they get like information and like Daiji, a group of Phoenix Salt troops, and Ikki go to like this warehouse, and like obviously it's a trap, and
Ikki realizes it's a distraction.
Yeah, because he's not an idiot, and he's like, Daiji, you got this, go, and Daiji's like, the fuck, bro.
At least we get to see Jackal live go fast.
When she pulls those two guns, it's another Mexican standoff.
Yeah, so it was finally on screen for more than 10 seconds, so I actually caught it this time.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Are they doing that on purpose because of the vaguely Mexican theme of the Dead Man's, or is it just?
She does say gracias.
Oh, I love that. I just like that Hiromi was actually able to like damage a bit of Olteka with this fucking phone gun. And I was like, hell yeah.
It's got 5G lasers.
Pew, pew, pew.
But before Chigusa goes out, she says something about finding out the truth about Phoenix, which probably has to do with whatever the fuck Hideo and George are scheming. Surprise, surprise, the big conglomerate company is not so good. It's not like that ever happens before.
Smart brain.
Zect, Kogami, Yggdrasil, what have you. It happens. Genmu Corporation, every time.
Word wasn't bad, they were just sketchy.
Dimension Caster brings up a good point. The academy that Asuka, aka Cure Flamingo, was trying to get into was also called Phoenix Academy.
Oh, spelled the same?
So
yeah, so there's him when he was So there's him when he was Cho from Ultraman Ginga. He
Cool.
was so young back then. Yeah.
Younger.
He's a singer apparently.
Cool.
He's also a personal trainer.
Hey, Gar, welcome back.
Yeah,
Hi.
as you can tell, Guard didn't watch Revice.
Yeah.
We already spoiled that.
I already yelled at Gar being like, but Victory's in it.
I know Victor. I was supposed to talk.
Revice.
I was supposed to talk to Victory tonight, but then the event got postponed.
Oh.
Yeah.
Damn.
Maybe another time.
I think my favorite scene in this whole episode is when they're at Wakabayashi's grave and like whatever the fuck his name is.
I don't give a fuck. Just collapses.
Tatsuhiko confronts him, and Hiromi is like, "I'm your commander. Never speak to me like that again. Now, if you don't mind, I have some paperwork to do."
I'm very, very mad at Boo.
Yeah. It shouldn't be so funny, but it was. He's just like, "Don't you talk back to me."
It's like if he was drunk. It's like, I'm your commanding
Imagine he
officer.
hit his head on Wakabayashi's grave.
Just died.
Oh my god! It cuts to an immediate scene of just his tombstone right next to Wakabayashi.
The demon's driver's just sitting on the floor next to it. Fuck.
Yeah, demon driver. Fuck.
No, he gets possessed by raptoritis. Hiromi, are you okay?
So of course Hiromi wants to like fucking henshin into demons one more time because he's a fucking idiot, and so the demon's driver's like, "Yeah, do it,
Fucking do it, you pussy."
come on, yeah, let me feast on your life." And I was like, Jesus Christ,
Yeah, I just wanted to eat him.
I will eat you.
I will
That
eat you.
seems to be a weird theme for the demons in this.
Yeah.
But no, Hiromi's friend's definitely going to become the new demons. I'm sorry, it's just going to happen. I feel like they can't cure what's... I just don't believe that they can cure the damage that's already been sustained on them. So
It's pretty fucked.
yep.
But
I
yeah.
like that even Hiromi was like, "Yeah, I'm fine." Icky like fucking taps him on the chest and he's just like, "Ah,
my shoulder, my one weakness."
how did you know? Yeah, so solid Hiromi focused episode. I'm glad Revice is just giving all the characters like the time they need. So like, good job making us give a shit about our characters.
Good job finally addressing Hiromi.
Yes, thank you. Jesus
It
Christ.
seems a little weird that he just sort of was there and we never really found out of it.
There were little like I know Ichi super well, and I know he's gonna do a thing where there's gonna be a big plot drop thing that happens, and Ichi's gonna go back and watch all the previous episodes to kind of like pool everything together and be like, I knew this was happening because of this.
Yeah.
I love when you do that.
I'm not gonna go full whiteboard mode, but kinda.
No, you won't go full fucking Xade when the fucking restart happened.
Oh, my reset board, my proudest achievement.
That was so good. I love that like stuff from you. Anyways, so I'm looking forward to next week,
where we finally properly confront the demon's driver, I guess.
Yeah, and Hiromi has one last Tenshin, or is it?
Don't know.
Probably
He'll
is.
probably be back.
Yeah. what was the context I had? I was watching something, and like, oh yeah, I was watching One Piece with my friend, and like all these characters are like dying and getting injured, and so like I was saying to my my buddy I was watching with, it's like, I was like, wait, is Chopper around? And he's like, yeah, and I'm like, they'll be fine. I'm like, Chopper's doctoring, he's fine.
Chopper's doctoring.
That's
No, I
not what
hate that.
doctoring means. That
hate
would
that
mean
version.
he's editing photos.
Yeah, so they're alive.
Hate that version.
It's an anime. They're all just pictures.
Oh.
So he's like YouTube pooping it to make them up.
No, he's
Hey.
god tiering it.
Anyways,
everyone else gets death by eggs. But
change to Zenkai.
sorry.
Oh boy, Zox's bullcrap finally gets resolved.
Okay, first off, I have to name a couple things. So first off, I love that like when Seichan was doing the last time on Zenkaiger,
He just eats shit.
he's just getting blown on by a high wind, and he just like last time. And the second thing that was the funniest was when they got turned into SD. Oh my god!
Oh, that's what
Yeah.
it's based on.
And the best part is, this is his voice actor.
Cool.
Wait, so is that the Denji mech?
Yeah, Daidenzin.
Okay. And the second thing was, so like they all got turned into SD figures. And so you see Vroom just floating away on a balloon and kind of gets like distracted by Stacy, and you just hear the balloon pop and just Vroom just screaming in the background. I had to fucking rewind that like 3 times. It fucking killed me.
Oh my god, that was the best. Just like, oh, he's dead.
Yeah, they just sort of matter of factly say, "Oh, the balloon popped." I'm thinking like, "Oh my god, he might be."
It's so funny.
Somebody please catch me.
Just like, oh, he's dead.
So yes, we finally get the final confrontation between Zox Gold Tweaker and the SD world.
Superior defenders.
Yes, I love SD Gundam. Captain Gundam, Zero the Winged Knight, Baku Netsumaru.
Bakunet. All right. Anyway,
Wait, was that the motorcycle one?
no.
Kunetsu?
Baku Netsumaru was the samurai.
He was voiced by Yuri Lowenthal. It was really great.
Okay, anyways, this episode is like supposed to be dramatic because of the plot, but it like ramps up to like end of episode tension really fucking quick.
Yeah, so Zox doesn't want Katana, Ricky, or Flint to be in danger because they're just getting in his way, apparently. So he's like, I'm going to do this all myself. And Kaido just does the big brain fucking quote of, oh, I'm going to let you do whatever you want, but I'm going to go protect people, and fighting SD World requires I have to fight him because that helps protect everyone. And Zox is like, you piece of shit.
It's basically you can do whatever you want, but I'm gonna do whatever I want, and if we happen to work together, it's your own fault.
And Zox can't transform because his gun gets turned SD, but then Flint shows up at the end with a tiny gear made for the tiny gun.
The tiny changer! Oh my god!
And then when they use it, it still works, but it also has a chipmunk voice.
It's the fucking high-pitched Tomokazu Seki. The only thing I'm sad about was that we didn't get like a high-pitched yo-ho!
Yeah, I was thinking that what would happen was that he would transform into like an SD version of...
I was kind of expecting him to turn into that tiny Super Tukaiser.
Yeah, you already... Yeah. Oh, also, I love when he encounters SD World for the first time in the beginning of the episode, he immediately turns Super Tukaiser, and I was like, that's great. He's just going full fucking strength on this guy.
Yeah.
Something else that's interesting is that Ricky and Katana are way bigger than the people who get turned by SD World in this episode.
That's because they weren't affected by him, they were affected by the curse that from within actual SD-topia.
That's true, but it's interesting that there was such a difference. Why does there sound like...
Gar, I'm hearing your fan.
Oh, sorry.
Also, we find out a very big thing. Piratopia has humans. I was like, no, you don't say. I wasn't thinking anything else. They're pirates.
But the actual thing we find out is that Zox's dad died protecting him. Whoa.
Yeah. Yeah. Akared.
The end of the episode, Gege and Stacy's body throws the gear and shoots it. So did he just kill the entire...
No, he freed Pirate World.
Yeah. So now they can go home and...
He doesn't want them to come back.
Yeah, and now I figured out what he's up to. He's making sure that they are not participating in the battles anymore.
Because think of it this way. There goes Zox. There goes Zenkai Kaijuo.
Yep.
Oh, no! Aww. I love that thing. Yeah, no, so yeah, Zox is gone because
Yep.
like they defeat SD World because like we had a really cute SD roll call and it's really
Oh
fucking
my
adorable.
god.
I'm sad we didn't get to see SD Zenkaiser because that would have been
Me
great.
too. Tiny little humans, like not main characters, when they get turned, they just end up like drowning in a pond or being taken by children.
Yep.
Oh,
They look like paper mache.
They do look a little bit.
I'm surprised
They
I haven't
remind
already
me-
seen toy postings.
also they use the Die Ranger gear to summon Shishi Ranger, summon a train, and get
Phantom
away in the train. Like, I don't get the reference.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's a fighting technique.
Oh, a train?
Yeah, phantom train.
Oh, that's a thing Shishi Ranger does?
Yeah,
I have no
Oh.
idea.
You know what? Wait, you said Phantom Train, right?
yeah,
Shishi Ranger's actors passed away.
Oh, it's because it uses illusions.
yeah. It's an illusion.
Oh,
I
okay.
just-
Well, because like,
I also love how Flint just rolls up and tries to straight up shoot him with the pistol.
I
Yeah,
don't know.
an actual gun. He walks
Her-
up in the heavy plot range.
Well, her name's Flint. I
Yeah.
would hope she uses like a fucking gun,
Yeah.
specifically a flintlock pistol.
I don't know if it
She
was a
has
flintlock. I
magic
don't know
gun.
pistol super
Where
well.
did she purchase that?
Okay,
I
well,
just know
any
that's a pirate gun.
any
It's a gun pirate.
any pistol that you saw in Pirates of the Caribbean movies, those are flintlock pistols.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know how
Linkara's
to
magic gun, flint pistol.
Yeah,
I
flintlock.
don't know how to identify them aside from if you see a pirate and they have a gun.
In Fortnite, it's called the flint knock pistol because it knocks you back when you fire it.
Because flintlock is copyright.
No, it's just Fortnite being clever.
That's the word we'll use.
Hey, I love that.
So yeah, they defeat it, and then we get SD Die World from the new Kudai test, which means it's a fucking CGI battle, and what a perfect monster to do this with because it turns everything SD.
Including the
Which-
little buildings.
Just let this sink in, people. This is what we're in for the next year.
But it was kind of awesome.
Sorta? Kinda?
Well, I like models way more than the CG stuff, but I think that the dynamism that they can get out of fights like this is pretty amazing too.
It's kind of hit and miss.
It's hit and miss because there's no weight to it.
There
They
can
can-
if they try harder.
I think it depends on the gimmick. Like doing it this week with SD World seems like a really good application of it, but the others they've been doing CGI battles with not quite as much.
That's
But-
fair.
Like Cutter and Ricky, like whenever they show up, it's really hit and miss because when they're models, they look good. When they're CG, you can tell it's CG.
Yeah, no. It bothers me. That's why I kind of just wish they'd just be the practical models the whole time. Because
This is so weird, but for some reason I feel like the mechas should always stay practical, but it's okay if the rangers do CG.
it's like it was
Interesting
like
choice.
it was like in Decade when like they had Kivala at the beginning and she was always CGI, and then literally by like a quarter way through the show she was just a fucking puppet on a stick.
That's because they
because
stopped caring about her enough to bother, and they just put her on a string.
They,
I
they,
know
they,
puppets on
Rider.
sticks, they're magical somehow.
they lost the budget.
When they do Katara and Ricky and they're actually physically there, it's just like, oh, that's so cute. But when they're CG flying around, they're kind of scary.
I would love to know how much the production budget was for Decade. It must have been so expensive.
I'm sorry that I'm sucking so bad at.
No, you're not.
No. Like, also, I noticed this with Cutner and Ricky as well. Like, between their real models and CGI models, the CGI models are too bright
Yes.
compared to, like, I swear someone took a Gundam marker to the models and went,
So I
Now you can
did
see
notice
all the
this
details.
episode that like the actual models that you see Flint holding, they look like too like dark toned.
yeah, like you can, like, someone painted in, like, all the lines.
I love Kagi in the chat. CGI. Emily probably.
Also, there's that scene I didn't understand where like Bokuaus was just like, he's like, man, this invasion sucked. Everything's been going wrong.
More like bored Koaus.
Gege, can you be like a better pet? And then like Gege just kind of switches over to being like, well, Miss Lord Bokuaus, and he's like, there you go, but what do you want? You can have anything you want, buddy.
That just makes me wonder if Gege somehow split his consciousness or something, because isn't he in Stacy's body right now?
Yeah, so like what's going on in Gege's body while he's in Stacy? Is that some other consciousness or like a copy of him?
That they would swap bodies, and that the reason that Gege wasn't talking was because he was Stacy, but
I think that's what it was, because like you see his eyes change, so I think it was he was being like a blank ass Gege, and Bokuaus was just noticing like you're not being your usual self, so then Gege was like,
shit,
yes!
master.
I want this.
Also, I really like the miniature.
So Gege is the endgame villain.
Bokuaus, can we advance the plot?
Bokuaus is just gonna get knocked over because he's a wall, and then
because he's a wall. Technically, he's a monolith.
Oh yeah, true. That makes sense.
He's a monolith.
Like tropical tropical
Roshuo, the summer version of the Gaim villain.
No, oh my god, I'm just imagining him with a Hawaiian shirt on.
And shorts.
Tropical Rouge. Oh, sorry.
Oh, sorry. No, I just wanted to mention about the Gege Bokuaus thing. Definitely have a strong feeling he's been manipulating him this entire time.
That seems...
Yeah, Bokuaus kind of seems like an idiot.
I don't know about like actually controlling him like subconsciously or anything. I think he's just manipulating him because Bokuaus is a fucking moron.
No, because
he's a big moron.
Yeah.
If you think about it, actually, Bokuaus has never come up with a single plan. It's been either Ichirude, fucking Barishitara, or Gege chimes in every once in a while, and he's like, "Oh, that's a good idea, Gege. I love you. You're a good bird. Fuck you guys." Yeah. He's just a big baby.
Worst main villain ever.
He's Angelica.
No, I've seen worse.
Yeah, no, but yeah, no, he's just a big baby.
Mooncaster said it before I could. We all called it on the Seahorse Butler, who was
no, we were saying Seahorse Butler was fucking sus, and he ended up being the endgame villain.
He's the endgame villain.
That's amazing.
I mean, I thought that too, that he would probably end up being, but as soon as it happened, all I could think was, I really cannot wait to tell everyone at Castranger this, because...
Oh my god, you told me that, my mind was blown. It was like, yeah!
Just it was the bird. The bird is sus, the seahorse is sus, and the susses of the sky and the ocean are full of sus.
Never fucking trust seahorses, I've been telling you.
What? That's really weirdly specific.
Never trust Horsey, never you trust Seadra, Kingdra.
Why? What did they do?
Kingdra has Swift Swim.
They're seahorse Pokemon, don't trust them.
No, but what did they do, Lane?
They betrayed me.
How?
Freaking what's her face from I forgot her fucking name, the 8th gym leader from Johto. She had a king.
Oh, Claire.
My ass.
Claire.
Ugh, Claire, Lance's sister.
I like her.
Kingdra always kicked my ass.
I wouldn't count that as a betrayal. That's just you being bad at the game.
Yeah, the dragon thing. Sister?
Yeah, she's Lance's sister because they're both dragons.
Oh my god.
That makes sense.
Yeah. The dragon thing is a reference to how
they both use dragon Pokemon. They both wear capes.
I never mantles.
That's not enough to call them related. Well, I mean, in the Pokemon games, it kind of
Lance's
is.
Cousin. Okay.
Relation.
Cousin.
Not dragon.
Probably his wife or something in the Japanese version.
Fucking.
Well, they fucking.
So what's the next episode of Zenkaiger about?
Fortune World.
Fortune World, because now Zox is gone, so now we're back to stupid shenanigans.
What do you mean back to? It's been nothing but stupid shenanigans the whole show!
SD World was serious plot. Stacy was serious plot. Getting Kaido's dad back was serious plot. Now that Zox is gone, SD World's done. We're back to shenanigans.
Everyone got turned into toys! You call that serious?
I mean, that's Lane's dream.
He is a toy!
disclaimer. What's going on in there? They're turning into SDs, Jerry. I love that Seinfeld meme. It's so funny.
Well.
Anyways, so yeah. Anyways, on to Super Hero Senki.
Great episode.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. I'm gonna miss Socks.
He'll be back.
He will. You know he will.
They better be back, and Kuttner and Ricky better be like their normal selves. I swear to God.
But here's the thing, though, if they go back to their normal selves, that means Zox doesn't have a Megazord anymore.
No,
so I think
we'll probably make mecha versions.
I think they're going to change it so that they can turn back into humans, but can also turn back into the toys whenever they want. Best of both worlds.
That would make sense, I think.
Flint will just make like transformation devices for them.
Because by now they're like, well, we kind of like being toys. Could we have both? Because we're greedy children.
What happened? They set the curse on themselves again.
They're twins, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I think so.
Yeah, they look like twins.
The picture makes them look like twins.
I'm surprised they never framed that picture.
Twins, Kaito. Twins.
I was thinking that too, but I didn't want to say it.
All right, movie time. Wow. I really enjoyed this movie, and I know you guys didn't quite as much, but I thought it was great.
I thought it was great to a point.
Like I have a few problems.
Same.
So the basic concept for the movie is that in the secret logo space that we never heard about until now, with a fucking space elevator.
Okay, Seto Kaiba.
The Agostia base is where they keep all the forbidden books, which are apparently the stories of all the Kamen Rider and Super Sentai. And my favorite thing about the first half of the movie, was that they posited that Saber was the real world and all the other series were fake worlds.
Well, I mean, that's no.
And this is where we get to gripe problem number one. On the bookcase, you find like right beside Sentai's, because all the Sentai books can't fit on one shelf. There are other stories from Ishinomori, like Inazuman, Kikai, Cyborg 00, basically all of his other big creations.
And they don't address them?
We're never going to acknowledge this, nor are we ever going to do anything about it. So why did we make the props for them?
Because it's kind of a neat tribute.
For you to notice, Gar, because you're a hardcore fan.
But it could have been, you know what, we'll get into it.
This movie was already an hour and a half. We didn't have time for the rest of them. This was a Rider Sentai movie.
But apparently our villain used to be the guardian of the sacred library thingy, and then just decided, fuck it, I want to rebel.
Yeah, they didn't really explain Asmodeus super well. They said that he was a guardian, but he was like sealed in there, and then broke out of his statue, and a bunch of the Sage Knight warriors came out from nowhere. Where the fuck did they come from? I didn't know there were more of those.
His so-called plan apparently was to rid the entire world of all of its heroes and just have all the bad guys take over.
Like, by the point of the movie where all the heroes were erased, we cut back to the villains, and Asmodeus is just having the other villains dance around him. And I'm like, this is what you wanted?
No, so this is what you do then. You know how there are more Ishinomori books? Have the villains be corrupted versions of his other heroes.
That would be interesting.
Have it be that they're sick and tired of Rider and Sentai getting all the fame while they literally waste.
The villain is Cyborg -9.
Yeah, like you get like Kikai and Inazuman freaking monsters, or like freaking robot detective villains.
I would have loved Kaider to show up in this.
Maybe that would have just been too much for casual people watching.
It just could have been a giant tribute to Ishinomori, though.
Yeah,
you either go all in or you don't.
No, but like in the Forza Wizard fucking Ultimatum movie, we got fucking Inazuman, and I never heard of them until I watched that movie.
Okay, so yeah, I don't know why they didn't.
Yeah.
So anyway,
Butterfly Man.
the setup happens, and we see Toma, who's waffling on another manuscript because he suddenly decided, "Oh, I'm the god of my novel worlds. I feel really, I'm a writer who saves people. Now I feel really bad about making the characters in my stories suffer."
No,
That pissed me off.
Wait, what? Why? No, that's a very good thing to think.
No, but like, it's because like the show has always portrayed us that like Toma's very prideful in his writing, and he loves writing, he loves stories and stuff. And then all of a sudden, he's just like, I don't want to do it anymore.
No, well, when you feel like you're responsible for the fates of people in another world, it can crush you.
It was a bit much, though. And
it just seemed to come out of nowhere. Like there's nothing really prompted it.
Yeah, it came out of nowhere.
No, but this wasn't writer's block. It wasn't he was having trouble writing a new story. He just didn't want to write them anymore because he felt bad.
He didn't want to make his character suffer. And I love that they start pulling out the Sentai books, and Yuri's like, "Oh, in this series, Zenkaiger, the characters never suffer." Bitch, how much of it did you read? They suffer all the time.
they're literally from a dictatorship world. How are these characters?
They're living in a world conquered by robots.
I was really happy that like Yuri was along for most of this ride. I was
even though he did literally nothing important.
Because he was busy filming the show.
Rintaro was just bitching the whole time. He's like, "I don't know, we should finish the story, you guys."
I mean, he was correct, but he could have been less of a stick in the mud about it.
Like, also, he did it eventually, but it really pissed me off that he kept using King Lion the whole time. Like, dude, no one cares for King Lion.
I agree. Oh my god.
You have a stronger fucking rider form. Use that, and then he did, and I was like, fucking finally.
No, he couldn't use the other forms because they were busy filming the show. So they literally had the leftovers.
I also want to point out, I don't know if anyone noticed it, but during the scene where the Zenkaigers get whisked away into the story worlds, in the background, Majine is doing a fortune, and the fortune she pulls is "Beware strange books," and I just want to bring it to focus that for the first time, Majine's fortune was correct.
It was just way too late.
Yeah.
Oh.
She was like Padparadsha Sapphire.
Also, this was my biggest problem, personally. So this movie was supposed to represent, like, the 50th anniversary of Kamen Rider and Super Sentai, and just the ones that we apparently had at the time to celebrate this was Kamen Rider Saber, and for Sentai we had Kikai Sentai Zenkaiger. So, like, Zenkaiger's not a traditional Sentai in any means.
But it is an anniversary series.
And then yeah, but like when I think of like a traditional Sentai, like especially for recent, Zyuohger, like that was for the 40th anniversary, and that was done basically perfectly.
The point of Zenkaiger is to illustrate how, while at the same time paying respect to the original material, it's to show how different it can be with modern ideologies.
And then
I may hate it, but I understand it.
And then Saber is supposed to be the rider, like, representation for rider. But, like, Saber's, like, such the polar opposite of what traditional rider's supposed to be.
It's almost a Sentai.
Revice is kind of the anniversary
Mikio
series.
Doesn't use swords. He uses his fucking his legs and his feet, his hands.
He's also very good with a bow staff.
Yes. So it's I just feel like for a 50th anniversary film, like, it should have focused a lot more on, like, honestly, what Gar said, Ishinomori's, like, other creations. Like, it should have been that Rider and Sentai were, like, down on, like, you know, they were getting their asses kicked by these new villains and everything like that, and they're at their lowest, and then Ishinomori's other creations fucking come in to help them and win the day. Hell, bring in Skullman, for fuck's sake.
Ooh.
Like, how awesome would that have been?
Also,
that could have been really cool.
This is a personal pet peeve. Who approved this shot?
It is kind of awkward.
Like, it's horribly done.
And not even all the Saber Riders are clearly visible in it.
Yeah.
I will say the Saber roll call was cool, especially bet Ichi was happy because we got the Durando roll call that he deserved.
Yeah, the roll call was badass. Loved it.
Like it was
But,
awesome.
we're
but then
skipping.
it
We're
proceeds
skipping
with
ahead.
this shot.
We're skipping ahead. We're skipping ahead.
Vegas wasn't like, oh, it wouldn't be an end. Yo, I'm on board with that lane. I'm like, yeah, no, exactly.
Okay, so
You know, it's like how the very first superhero Tyson movie, Go Busters and Forze heavily promoted on that movie, but it was more or less Gokaiger versus Decade the movie.
oh yeah.
Yeah, but that was fine.
That's what they should have done here. They should have gotten Kira Major and 01 teaming up. The first, the Reiwa era.
It was really
And
good to see 01 again. Let me just say,
Oh, when I saw Shigeru, I was like, yay.
I was happy to see Tiny Chiaki.
Yeah, I was just like, is that motherfucking Tiny Chiaki? I'm like, fuck yeah.
Okay, so we're skipping ahead. So the first half of the movie is all of the main characters getting whisked away into the worlds of the forbidden stories, which are mixing up, and they end up role-playing out altered story versions of Sayuki, which is Journey to the West, and Hakenden, which is the 8 Dogs, or the 8 Swordsmen.
The 8 Tails.
Yeah.
Okay, so this like Journey to the West thing, that was portrayed perfectly because we got the
fucking Imagine.
That was perfect. That was hilarious. I loved every single second of that. The giant Omozeo took me back so much.
Fucking
I was not
Ryuta
expecting
being
that.
Sanzo was so dumb, but I laughed so hard.
Just the giant Omozeo, and I'm just like, okay, who gathered the 20 rider watches to summon Shenron?
And then we get to the 8 swordsmen fucking bullshit.
Which I like to call Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles
So
3.
they're all supposed to be swordsmen, right?
I get it.
So they're all supposed to be swordsmen, right?
Yeah.
Ichi, Gar,
Yeah.
what did Washi Pink use as a weapon?
Okay, she
Right,
was
yeah.
using the Kyuza weapon, which is modular and modifiable. It is entirely possible for her to change her weapon into the sword.
No, but she used a gun. No, fucking.
I know
no,
she
you're
used a Q shot normally, but it's totally doable for her to use other forms of the weapon. They all had access to them. They just had preferences.
Also, why for the Q Ranger fucking representation did you have to fucking like Sho Rampo is fine. Sho Rampo's a fucking goat. But why Raptor?
Because she was
Isn't
underutilized.
Raptor.
Because she was already on set for Tengo Kaiger.
Oh, that might be it.
Fuck's
Because
sake.
she's really popular.
Yeah,
And
we
she
have a
was
suit.
woefully underutilized in her own show.
Everyone was underutilized in that show.
But her
Ichi.
least of all.
No, I think Spada would win that.
We should have had Lucky. We should have had Lucky. Lucky's so the best one.
But honestly, that like the 2 segments between the stories, that was the best part of the movie.
Agreed.
Because it felt more creative.
Yep.
It was more interesting. Hey, look, veteran actors are back. Cool. Oh, they know that they're just role playing a story? That's interesting.
Yeah.
I still can't get used to Doggy Sentai design. I can't. I
Oh,
can't.
the giant fur
Disney
head.
Power Rangers SPD spoiled us so fucking hard with that, man. Like they did so much better.
No, I like him being an actual furry alien rather than being a weird reptile.
We all have our preferences.
Look at Shigeru. He's just having the time of his
My
life.
favorite
But,
bit.
yeah, I like both. They're both very cool.
My favorite bit with the Imagine, just like they're wandering through the desert, they do fight with some random mooks, and then just out of nowhere, unprovoked, Ryuta just goes, "You know what? Fuck it, deadliner! I'm tired of walking."
I will say, I heavily appreciated the owner cameo. That was fantastic.
I didn't think he'd be
"You can't-"
here.
And then he's trying to eat the rice and the flag falls, and I'm like, no!
Oh, when he did that, I'm like, oh man, you've aged so far. Because he did it so slowly. I'm like,
You go at your own pace, buddy.
I will say though, we were missing Naomi. That was 0 out of 10 for me.
Also, as of today, it marks Deno's 15-year anniversary.
Nice.
Fucking- my hair is growing gray right now.
Like that one scene in Santa Claus.
We are like we've had a Deno thing every year since its release, right?
Den-O has at least appeared once in media since its premiere.
Well, yeah, they're time travelers.
Also, I'm sad that we only got sword form and we didn't get the other 3 forms. I was like, come on.
Yeah.
Oh, you could see the sword form suit starting to tear apart in the arms. So
yeah.
I didn't actually notice anything. I thought they were taking pretty good fucking care of the sword form suit.
Oh no! If you look at the white parts of the arm, you can see the damage on it.
The worst still to notice is the blade suit. That's just an insult.
Are you sure? Because now of this movie, the shin suit.
We'll get into that in a bit.
Okay. Yeah. Oh my god.
One thing I want to point out about Chiaki, he makes a big deal about, oh, I'm a Ronin now, and then he talks about, I have this lord I have to impress. Chiaki, do you know what a Ronin is?
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly the opposite.
A Ronin
like
is a samurai without a master!
Yeah, it's like saying, I'm unemployed, now I have to go talk to my boss.
Yeah.
I thought Ronin was Hawkeye.
That too.
Well, that's Hawkeye's like villain form is probably named after a Ronin because he speaks to no one.
I mean, to be fair, Chiaki wasn't really the sharpest tool in the shed.
He was so dull he didn't even fit in the shed.
No.
So yeah, we see this child Shotaro, who the second they say his name, it's Ishinomori. It's clearly Ishinomori.
Gee, I wonder who the fuck that could be.
We see him doing these drawings of all the fights as they happen, and everyone else who sees the drawings makes a big deal about how good they look. Meanwhile, I'm over here looking, or like these look like these look like the preliminary drawings for the box art of Power Rangers Super Legends.
I just found it so funny when he's just like, I don't want to make heroes anymore. Just starts ripping up the fucking drawings.
I don't want to play with you anymore.
Saber.
It's just, like, you know how they could have easily hit that? Oh, what's your name? Onodera.
Ooh,
because that's his real name, Shotaro Onodera.
Oh, that would have been a good idea. And then they reveal his Shotaro later.
Yeah, he's like, oh, my name's Shotaro Onodera, but I also go by Ishinomori.
I didn't see this movie, so what I'm getting here from this is the idea here was like what they did in Pokemon Forever, where it turned out that Sam was Professor Oak the whole time.
Kinda.
Sorta. Kind.
That was my favorite. That was my favorite twist ever. I love that.
The basic idea of the movie is all of Rider and Sentai get trapped in mixed up stories because the actual creator of Kamen Rider and Super Sentai was in a slump.
Well, that's actually kind of touching and sad.
It's touching and sad, but all for the wrong reasons. For you see, like you see, it's revealed at the end of the movie that this is Shotaro before leaving high school, before he becomes a professional manga artist. He was into manga at the time, but I feel like this honestly could have been much better, easily much better, if this was Shotaro Ishinomori after losing his sister.
Oh, don't remind me of that from the special. That was so sad, man.
So,
my heart.
Maybe they said they couldn't do that.
I'm bringing it up. Ishinomori lost his sister, and he regrets it to the day he died. He stopped doing manga, traveled around the world for a bit, and when he came back to Japan, he made Cyborg 009. It could have been a much interesting concept of him being like actually down on his luck and just doing doodles of being like, and exactly.
Yeah, I heard them meow. He
Yeah, he's agreeing with me, aren't you?
My cats think I'm cool. Sorry.
But I lost my train of thought. But anyways, I think an older, more depressed Ishinomori could have been heavily used better in this.
He just looks at Saber. He just looks at Saber. Ugh.
Well, I'll get into that. That's kind of a thing, but I'll get into that in a bit. I'm gonna veer away from all this serious, sad discussion and go into something absolutely asinine. Why the fuck was Saber using Dragon Hedgehog Peter form? in that one fight.
Why not? Because fuck it.
Because the suit was available.
Yeah, the suit wasn't repainted to be something else yet. Every single one of Saber's forms has been repainted. It's incredible.
That's how much Toei's on a budget. Speaking of budget, can we talk about the Shin suit?
Okay.
Oh.
So I swear to God, not a single fucking time he'd be on screen and I could not help but just look in that direction. I was losing it.
Isn't it the suit was so damaged that they had to just put it on a mannequin?
So you see the shot of the fucking riders turning and just see Shin Kamen Rider not turn
Just
with them, and
standing there, not moving.
And then you don't see him in the running sequence. You don't ever see him in the fight. Like, oh my!
You know what they never would have done, but I would have fucking died laughing if I saw. You see that shot where they're all running and like they haven't panned Shin out of frame, so you just see the mannequin just standing there by itself.
But here's how you could have easily fixed that. So, the big shot where they're all turning, where you don't see their legs, you have someone on like a turntable and just turn the mannequin. That way it's still turning.
They make him into one of those fucking fake people from Home Alone where he sets it up to make it look like his living room's full of people.
Oh
Yes.
Oh my God.
And then and just have it be like, okay, so what are we gonna do about the fight sequence? Just literally, you guys can just
throw him.
No, not throw him.
Like ragdoll it.
No, I'm actually being serious about this. He appears in Decade versus Die Shocker. He has a standalone scene in that movie. Just easily copy, paste that scene into the movie. Bam, there's your Shin shot.
From a different movie.
Yes.
Movies have legitimately done that. I'm sorry, but all I can think now is them just throwing the mannequin with the suit on.
Okay. They apparently had enough time to build a new, modern, original Kamen Rider Ichigo suit from the ground up.
Well, that's because it's Ichigo.
Easily. That is fucking awesome. I love that.
It's a good edit.
But they could have used that money to just build a new Shin Kamen Rider suit, but they didn't.
But no, give Ichigo his like 20th suit. Let's go.
And it's like, really, you guys have money to build that suit, but you're never going to use it again because we already know in Heisei Generations or whatever the fuck the next one's called, freaking he goes back to using his normal suit.
Yeah.
It's like, Toei, do you understand? You know what? I don't even think Toei understands how they need to handle this property anymore. That's why it's doing so shitty in the West.
You could have included a fight scene of just this SH figure art fighting a bunch of fucking figures, and I would have been completely fine.
CGI, mocap.
Yeah, CGI.
It's just like CGI would be obvious, but can you imagine it just cutting to a stop motion animated scene with figure arts? With no explanation as to why.
You just have a shot of him fighting some mooks. He summons Space Baby. The Space Baby sucks them all in. There, bam, fight scene done.
Oh no.
Oh, Space Baby.
But then again, that entire giant fight scene was awful.
No,
it was awful.
Okay, first off, it's just all of them fighting in different, showing their logos of their titles of their shows, and then it's showing them fighting.
They all just chime off catchphrases or just say their name.
And then there's one scene where even Kelly was laughing at because she's watching the whole film with me with absolutely zero context of what the fuck's going on or who any of these people are. And they're just a bunch of them are fighting on the fucking side of the hill, and they're like falling on the hill, and you can see the suit actors are like struggling to try to keep their balance on this fucking hill, and I'm like, holy shit!
Oh, you can actually see a suit actor right next to Kirame Red. He loses his helmet. He lost the mask.
Oh.
It's okay. He's doing the final episode bit where they henshin without the helmets.
No, not Kirame Red. The mook. The guy lost the helmet.
Wow.
And then, also, what do you call this? It's just like
And you could tell none of them sounded like they're actual actors. Like, you could hear that they got fucking
they're all such awful sound-alikes.
You could hear though they got Masahiro and Noe to fucking make a quick line, but everyone else did not sound like themselves. Like, I heard fucking Patron Ichigo, and I was just like, that is not Keiichiro, you get the fuck out.
How is this movie making the 2012 superhero Tyson movie look like a masterpiece?
It's because it was a pretty good movie, I thought.
Freaking for the longest time, I was like, "Oh, that movie's awful."
And fucking
not.
And fucking Zoc shows up and tries to steal the spot. I'm like, get the fuck out of here!
Like, literally, after the halfway point, after they'd done retelling the other two stories, this movie goes to shit. No more reoccurring characters.
I just love that we get this one bit where, like, the Sentai Megiddo or whatever, he kidnaps Sechan, and they're like, oh, you coward! And he's like, yes.
Also, even the villain of the movie fucking calls the movie out on its bullshit, where it's like, you guys just keep using the same fucking gimmicks.
I hate these gimmicky new heroes.
I was like,
get something original.
They drive me
it
to
felt soulless. This movie had no soul. That was the problem.
And they probably had to fucking beg Fujioka to fucking come back this one last time, because he retired like 5 years ago.
Okay, that scene I actually think was kind of beautiful, and it made me tear up a little.
Oh, it was touching.
It was like Hiroshi Fujioka was saying goodbye to Ishinomori from beyond the grave.
But it doesn't make sense. Like, so you know your creation, so you know your creator. That doesn't make sense.
That was the point of the movie, was that them becoming self-aware of the nature of their existence, but accepting it anyway.
Also, you know who your creator was 20 years prior to when he actually created you.
What Asmodeus did kind of fucky-wucky the entire timeline system.
Because I'm sorry, but just that's not what Ishinomori looked like when he made him.
That's not the point!
He was a grown man.
He was a man, he had a beard.
He didn't have a beard.
Okay, so the one part I really want to talk about is, so after Asmodeus logs out all of the heroes from the simulation, basically goes, and then they died, the end. So we see Toma wake up in what I'm going to call green screen world.
I fucking hated it. I
understand why you hated that. It was maybe, but let's remember that this is tokusatsu. Low budget is kind of the name of the game.
No. There's low budget, and then there's cheap.
I think
this
it was
is cheap.
I think it was done in an artsy way to illustrate that this is not the way reality's supposed to be.
No, just have it be normal reality.
No, but then they couldn't do all the artsy shit they did with it, like all the the parallaxing world, and then like the clip show in the background while everything happens, and then Toma talks to the giant fake Kento and Luna. That was some like actual JRPG writing. That was some crazy shit that you'd see when a main character in a video game is going through a real fucking episode in their own head. And that's exactly what they were going for here.
No, exactly. I get it. But it was just poorly executed. Actually have it be that he wakes up in his bed. Reality is normal. But he knows something's off, so he has to find Ishinomori to fix it.
No, it was done like this in a way that we can clearly see that it's not normal, because it wasn't normal. It was a fake world meant to just trap him there.
Yeah, make it like that episode of Star Trek Voyager where like Harry Kim wakes up and he's back home in San Francisco, everything's fine, and like he's just going through his normal life like every day like he usually would. Like he has this perfect girlfriend and everything like that. Like is everything he knows something's wrong.
Like the entire scene felt rushed just so that we can get to the giant fight scene at the end.
I'm gonna admit I zoned out for like a lot of this because I just
really loved that scene, and it reminded me of so many RPGs I've played where there's a bad ending where you can just like give up the fight and accept the illusion and live in peace, but it's not real. real, and there's a bad ending that you can see, and that's what it reminded me of. And I love that. I love when games do that, and I loved when this movie did that. Toma accepts that his world is full of strife and conflict, and none of it's even real. But damn it, it's his world.
And he has to go back to protect it.
Exactly.
Which it could have been handled better.
And also, god damn it, Toma, your fucking outfits, they keep pissing me off. Stop dressing so weirdly. Those pants were not too big for you. Why do you need pants that big?
Leave Toma and his Amish fucking fashion alone.
He is the worst dressed writer protagonist I've ever seen.
Toma doesn't care what you think about his clothes. He wears what's comfortable.
Also, this is how many Ichigo suits there's been.
There's my absolute favorite one on the far fucking left.
The one from the Ghost movie?
Yeah, the Super Ichigo suit's fucking amazing.
That was great.
So good, because I liked the message behind it, because it was that Takashi Hongo got so old he needed like an extra boost, so it was like a suit that like enhanced him because he was already weak.
I call that one Ichi Swole.
No, it's Dark Knight Returns Kamen Rider.
Yeah,
Ichigo Returns.
They even made a figure art of it, which I actually want really badly because it's so good.
It's like,
okay, so the other thing I liked about that scene is like the way he like phrases his rejection of this fake reality. It's like, we'll return to the story, but I'm not gonna do what my creator wants me to do. And then Shotaro immediately says to him, a hero that rejects against his creator. That's the kind of story I want to write. So are you telling me that him not wanting to do what you want him to do is what you want him to do, which means not doing what he wants you to do is what he wants you to do?
I sound like that dream kid who stutters the whole thing. Have you ever had a dream where you?
But I've gone all cross-eyed.
You
know what, Ichi? It's okay. Just enjoy yourself. That goes for you all too. Yeah.
Sorry, giant adult Luna.
It doesn't help either. That fucking.
Oh right, the Akiba Ranger gear.
That was bullshit.
Before we move on from the fake scene, I laughed my ass off. Like, so we see this giant Kento slide in as reality's becoming more and more unhinged, and he's like talking to his fake friends. Is like, sorry, I have to go back to my world, my fake reality instead of this fake reality. And then Kento goes away, and Luna comes in, and he's like talking to giant Luna in the background. And then Kento just like nonchalantly slides back into the scene, completely unwarranted. Just like there's nowhere for me to go. I'm still here.
Amazing.
And then he gives a pinky promise to the giants.
I saw that. I was like, come on. God.
Okay, so they break out back into the Super Hero Senki world or whatever the fuck.
Also, I love when they were getting like transported out of the worlds, like they're glowing, and Rintaro's just like, "Oh no, I think I'm disappearing too," and Sophia's just like, "Don't die!
Be careful!"
I was like, "Oh right, Sophia." And no, I will say in the fake scene, I like that there was kind of a shot where you see like Ogami with Sora, and then you see like Kento, Toma and fucking Kento's dad, and they're all like hanging out having food. I was like,
they're all having a peaceful life.
The reality that could have been, but it wasn't.
Yeah, exactly. It could have been handled better. I like the idea, just poorly executed. So fucking rushed.
Also, I like what Seven's saying. Are Toma, Kento, and Luna in a polyamorous relationship? Maybe. In that reality, maybe.
So anyways, we get to the big fight, which we've already explained is poorly handled.
Yeah, they summon all the fucking mechs, the super mechs, and they.
I just love it. So that the fucking giant Asmodeus dragon and all the giant evil vehicles and the heroes responds, summon fucking all of the Zords, literally all of them.
No, but if you notice, they're all the ultimate combinations.
Yeah,
and they're all the DX toys.
Yep.
Are they really?
Yeah, they're not the suits. They're
and then all the riders, because they don't have Zords, they just hop up on the Zords and shoot their sword attacks at stuff.
This was so cheap, man. Oh
it was so
cool.
You know what? It's like the writer of Saber. He started out really good and then gave up by the end.
You know what? Okay, that is the best thing I think we got from this, because that suit is glorious.
It would be if it was actually on screen for more than 2 seconds.
You know what? I will say, if I'd like to own something else, I'd probably actually wouldn't mind getting the Super Hero Senki book.
I still don't like the suit of the Superhero Senki form, but I would love to buy the book just to keep as like a keepsake of tokusatsu.
Dragonic Knight, though, had to be sacrificed to make that suit, and it actually saddens me, because that was a really good suit.
But yeah, so they use the Akiba Ranger gear completely unprompted, which just makes the enemies spout out lines that trigger their red flags. Or their defeat flags. That's a cute way to implement Akiba Ranger. I just wish it was explained at all.
I thought it was cute that Akiba Red like just immediately goes up to fucking like Zenkaiger, be like, "Give me your fucking autograph, I love you."
Yeah.
Yeah, and then Revice showed up, which was really cool. He kicked a lot of ass, and then just Kogami fucking comes out of nowhere.
Happy birthday, Revice!
I'm like, I was just sitting there like,
cool, but why?
What? Cool, but why?
Out of nowhere.
And
Teaser for the O's movie, maybe?
Maybe.
I don't know.
I don't know. Gar's just like, I'm done.
It's more like Kaito put himself into the book, so Kaito is just on Toma's belt now.
Kaito, yeah, and I love that just the final thing for Soul of Saber Forms is, someone's got to turn to a book. Like Luna was like talking shit to Toma or something like that in the fake scene, and I'm just like, shut the fuck up, Luna. You don't get to talk. You turn to a book. Like, fuck.
Not in this reality.
You were no, she was fucking pointless. She was just the MacGuffin for the show. Just the MacGuffin. I didn't enjoy Saber.
But yeah, so Revice shows up, and they're like, "Oh, I didn't make that one."
Good, Revice was the best fucking part of the movie.
So dumb. Just so very, very dumb.
So yeah, after the fight happens, all the books go back, including the new Revice book. We get the very nice, heartfelt speech from Hongo Takashi.
Oh no, you know what I just realized? You guys, we're gonna get the fucking, like, we have the next movie coming out with fucking Century. That's a Revice Saber crossover. Oh man. Tired of Saber. Go away.
I like Saber.
I know you do. I hope that this, you know what,
Warts I
am looking forward to that Saber Beast in the movie, even though I did like spoil myself on some plot details, and I was like, oh, okay, that's fucking bullshit. But
okay.
like, yeah, but anyways, I'm done with Saber. I want more Revice. Revice is fantastic. I want that payroller form.
Yeah.
I want Vice hats.
But I love that Shotaro looks around at like Saber and it's just like, "Oh, you must have been made after I died. No wonder you suck."
Oh my goodness. I'm not really in there.
No.
You know what?
Everything except the "no wonder you suck." He did is like,
okay,
you must have been made after I died. I guess that means the series I created lived on.
Okay, you know what? Like, Ishinomori like doing dark shit, right? Like, that's why like Skullman was really dark, and that's why Amazon was dark, right, Gar? I wonder if he was still alive today, and like when Gaim was being written by like Urobuchi,
we'd have more shit like Amazons.
Like, imagine what Urobuchi and Ishinomori could have created with Gaim.
Oh god,
like how darker that would have fucking been.
Half the cast would be dead.
No. When we saw fucking Sigurd get fucking squashed in the box, we would have seen him get squished between those two rocks. We would have seen fucking Malika get blown the fuck up.
Oh.
Like, it just would have been a lot worse.
We would have watched Ryoma tumble off that roof.
We would have fucking seen America get blown up by the fucking city.
Yeah, I heard America dies.
Anyways, I'm sorry for going off topic, but anyways, this movie, it had some cool things in it, but it was just, I gotta be with Gar here, it was poorly executed in my opinion.
I just love that, like, the end of the movie, they're all standing together like, well, we don't really exist. Let's go have some food. And then credits.
I think it's because I was conflicted about it because Ichi saw it and he said it was really awesome, so I was like, oh, okay, cool. So I had the mindset.
Apparently, my opinion's not to be trusted.
No, and then Gar watched it. He was like, I didn't really enjoy it by the second half. So then I'm just kind of in this conflicted thing of like, well, is it going to be awesome or is it going to be bad? And so then I watched it and I was like, it was kind of cool, but also more bad. So I'm like, I don't know. I was like, damn you.
Are you saying a thing can be good and bad?
Yeah, I think that's what it kind of is. I was like, is it good but also bad?
Is it hope but also despair?
Oh my god.
Oh my god. But yeah, just like everyone was spouting their catchphrases. It was so stupid.
That part was objectively dumb.
Like I heard, like I love Forze a lot, and I heard him yell Uchuki-tan. I'm like, you shut the fuck up, Forze.
You know what was weird? When he shouted that, Lucky was on screen, so I'm like, did they mix up catchphrases?
Like, imagine just Yoshi Lucky, Uchuki-tan. Oh. Anyways, so that was Super Hero Senki. I've had a better anniversary.
You may have thought it was super, you may have thought it was sucky.
You might have thought it was Sucky.
You know what? That's the name of this. That's the title of this episode. Superhero Sucky.
Fine.
Yeah, I'm sorry. You're in the minority on this one, Ichi.
It was called Super Hero Senki. Why wasn't there more of a focus on blades?
Yeah, right? I would have preferred more focus on blades because Rintaro's a sweet boy.
Yeah.
But apparently in the Saber V cinema we see him naked or something. I don't know.
No.
It's weird. Yeah.
I don't need to see his blade.
Yeah, see, Rintaro's so good that he got his own fucking smug emote in our Discord, and it's great.
Smug Taro.
Good job, Rintaro.
Anyways.
May have not have been the best secondary rider we've ever had, but you were still a cool character. Nice.
He's the best one in my heart. Anyways, that is Castranger for today and for the week.
Yep. So Kikai later Sentai Castranger.
Looks like next week we're talking about the Ryu Soldier Legacy of the Master's Soul episodes 1 to 3. You thought this sucked? How about more Ryu Soldier?
No, everything for Ryu Soldier has been ruined for me. Bomba was awesome, but then he punched Keiichiro, which I can't forgive him for. I hate Kanalo. Fucking Ui's actor passed away, which really fucking. Her passing really hit me hard. Like that was so sad, and just Ryu Soldier wasn't good.
They wasted Nada's potential.
Yes, that's the other fucking final nail in the coffin. They ruined Nada's great character development.
All right, well.
So what is this about? Like the previous Ryu Soldiers or something?
It's about the Masters.
Cool. Maybe they'll be better. You know what? They have to be because they were the fucking mentors.
Well, we'll see.
Maybe we'll get Wiseman back or something. I don't fucking know. Where the fuck his name was? Wise One?
Oh, the Elder?
Yeah, the guy who had the fucking the fucking
food truck,
the food truck, and then the restaurant.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
You would have restaurant.
We'll just spend the movie with him going, you know, I'd really like to open a food truck.
No, I feel like they had big plans with that character, and then they fucked up on writing him, and they were like, well, we don't know what to do with them. Give him a food truck.
They really rolled the dice on that one.
Well, that's what happens when you give Sentai to writers who've never fucking done Sentai in their life.
Yeah. All right.
Anyways,
well, until then, thank you for listening, watching, liking, favoriting, sharing, subscribing, hitting the bell, being awesome. Primary source for our hijinks is castranger.podme.com. From there, you can find our Facebook, Twitter, Patreon, Discord, merch.
Gar, it's your birthday. Do you have any final words to say? Gar?
I'm expecting worst birthday ever.
Are you okay, Gar?
I think he left.
Gar? Did he leave?
Oh no.
He left the voice chat. That was his final
he,
word.
he did. Yeah, no, he was very sour with that movie. Sorry, Gar.
Wait,
Anyways,
hold
we
on.
love
Wait,
you.
wait, hold on. I gotta. There he goes. Now he's not in the video.
So Gar, happy birthday. We love you here.
Wherever you gar.
We're so glad you joined our ranks. You've matured us as Toku viewers, in my opinion, especially me. And I'm really thankful for your friendship and doing Ultra Ranger with you. You're such a great man. I love you a lot.
Yeah, Gar, you are flipping awesome. I'm really glad I know you. I hope that you're safe out there, and I'm really happy that you're a part of this.
I'm sorry, Toei's ruining everything you love.
The great part is he probably won't hear this.
Even you know what? I'll make him listen to the end of this.
Make him.
He'll listen to me. Blazy-kun! I forgot it was Friday. We did.
Lane pinged when he started the fucking. Did you not ping?
I pre-showed. I pre-show every Friday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern time.
I got shit for pinging even after he did it last week, so I decided if Lane pings people, I don't need to.
Blaze, you should also realize it's Friday, so it's Castranger
it's been
Day.
fucking
you have no
7
excuse.
years. Set an alarm.
You have no excuse. You're supposed to be our biggest fan. Come on, man.
You're our biggest patron, and you run the Discord.
Also, you missed Pokemon, so goddamn it, Blaze.
We still don't know what Pokemon it is of the week.
Yeah, we don't know what episode Pokemon it is.
It's episode Arceus, for all I know.
Salamence, awesome. I love him. He's my favorite dragon. His mega form's stupid.
It's Salamence with an E.
My mouth hurts. I'm smiling too much. Oh. Anyways, everyone, thank you for joining us. We'll see you next week. It's going to be a fun one with Revice and Zenkaiger, and then talk about good old pal Soldier. Oh boy,
Our good old pal. He says
they're all fucking aliens. God damn it, that was so stupid.
aliens.
So stupid.
Bye.
Bye.